All right, so here we go. We have a new tool from Swiss CDC. This is the CDC Multi-Loop. I know this looks kind of crazy. Looks kind of like a Swiss Army knife of tools, but it's actually got some pretty cool aspects that's going to make your loops a little more precise on your tying. So, just a kind of an overview, we've got a notch here, almost looks like two wings and a swan up top. Well, let's just see how this works. So, to get your loop with this, you're going to start by putting your line through the bottom hook. Okay, so we're through here. We're going to come up through the top. So when you look at it, your line is going, well, not your line, but your thread is going right through the middle of the tool. We're going to take that. We're going to tie it off, just like a normal loop. There we go. Now the benefit of this is this is going to keep it really open through here. But when you go to close it, you bring it in here, you actually twist the hook around the loop, and both strands are coming off one side of your hook. This is going to make the loop just super tight closed, and you're not going to have any gaps from the hook itself. So to start, we'll unhook that, we'll open this up, we'll grab some dark olive CDC dubbing from Swiss CDC. We'll just kind of get this in a line a little bit. We'll open up our tool, get our dubbing nice and closed, and to go with it, I've already got some preloaded CDC in my multi-clamp. Now, to close it, I'm going to fold it. Got my CDC trapped. I'm going to twist around the hook, and it's set. Now, I can let the weight of the tool do the work. And the tool's pretty heavy, so it's gonna spin pretty good. Give one more good little twist, and voila. There we go. Now with this, I'm gonna move my thread up a ways out of my way. Now, we can just bring it in. If you got a rotary vise, I normally tie on a Nor vise, but that is at home and we're at the warehouse today. We're just going to wrap that guy up. Easy peasy. Alright, and then we will go ahead and tie that off. Give it a couple spins around the thread. Work your magic just like you would with a normal dubbing loop tool. Come back a little bit and cut it off. Now that's the base function of this loop tool. Now, let's switch to another hook, which we have on another item coming out soon. If you haven't seen these from South Fork Anglers, these are their magnetic fly holders. We're just picking these up. These will be in here soon. Alright, so let's get to a new hook. We're going to start our thread. This time, we're going to tie in a piece of flash. This is where what I'm calling swan wings or material hooks come into play. I'm going to take one strand, I'm going to tie that in, just like that. And again, I'm going to make my hook, get on there, get the loop set, it is ready to go. Okay, and I can let that hang, that ain't gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna grab a little bit of dubbing. Oh, let's go with an off color here. Let's go with, some golden stone. So we have our little bit of dubbing. I'm going to throw that into my loop. And of course, I'm going to trap it. Do one twist, it's set. Now, this is where the flash is going to come into play. I'm going to come down. I'm going to go around the hook and tie it off with that little tool. Now that's staying there, it ain't going nowhere. I can take that now, spin it, and I've got flash spinning in my dubbing. You can do this with wire too, which we'll actually do next. So I've now got a pearl core in my dubbing loop. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this. And I've got a nice dubbing loop with this nice little pearl colored core, just to give it a hint of flash. And that's the end of it. Let me tie that off. Ah, I hear Janine's getting boxes out. That's what I like to hear. All right, the office is at work. There we go. Let's tie that puppy off. And that will give us just this nice, subtle little flash mixed in our dubbing. Here we go again. Start a thread. Now this is a technique I use quite a bit on all kinds of different bugs with wire. Did it a lot with comets when I fished saltwater, especially for sea run cutthroat and salmon. Now I'm doing it more and more on my bug patterns. And that's, I'm going to start with 2 pieces of wire. I'm just going to tie them in. I'm going to bring my thread forward. Now, I'm going to take my loop tool and I'm going to hook it around, give it a good turn, and then trap the wire down here around the wings. That's going to sit and stay. The nice thing about this is I can now pull it tight give that a spin, and I can spin that up and twist my wire together. It's going to give me like a candy cane look on my wire. Then I'm going to come in, and I'm just going to wrap that nice and tight. And I'm going to have a black and copper brown mixed body of wire. And of course we'll do our little twist. There we go. And there's that. Now, like any dubbing loop tools, this is designed for making a dubbing loop. But that's just some of the advantages that you can use with this tool. I've actually quite liked it for doing wire and adding some flash into my dubbing. But yeah, that's a pretty sweet little tool. So if you have any questions at all, throw them in the comment section and we'll answer them as much as we can. All right, guys, we'll see you later.